for getting the flowers, Sam.
Sure thing, Freddy.
They're wonderful. Gotta go, Sam.
Bye, Freddy. Whoa!
Hi, Jason. Want a flower? Sure. Wow. Thank you. Where are you going, Freddy? I'm bringing flowers to Grandma Grouper. And you stay out of trouble. You too. Bye. Bye. Hi, Grandma Grouper. Here's a flower for you.
Thank you, Freddy.
What's wrong, Grandma Grouper?
Someone took my treasure chest.
Grandma, your treasure chest that holds all the kelp seeds.
Yes, Freddy. Look at the garden. It's dying. Until we find my treasure chest, we have no food.
I'll find your treasure chest, Grandma Grouper.
Oh, thank you, Freddy. Here's my last peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich for your journey. Good luck, Freddy.
Don't worry, Grandma Grouper. I'll find your kelp seeds.
Hello and welcome back to It's All the Junior Adventures. In the last episode, we took a quick look at Putt Putt and Fatty Bear's activity pack, or fun pack, or whatever it was called. And in this episode, we are starting Freddi Fish and the Case of the Missing Kelp Seeds. This is the first appearance of Freddi Fish, the first new mascot character after Putt Putt and Fatty Bear. It is also the first game that is no longer on DOS, and the first hand-drawn animation game. Everything here was drawn by hand, frame by frame, just like, for example, an old Disney movie. And it was, of course, put together by a computer, but an incredible amount of effort went into all of this. They were originally going to have this as a DOS-style game, but halfway through development, they scrapped the whole thing and decided to go with hand-drawn animation, which was probably a pain in the neck for the developers, but it absolutely paid off. This hand-drawn style is iconic and definitely helped launch the franchise into the mainstream. So here we've got Freddi Fish, kid detective, who needs to find Grandma Grouper's treasure chest, because without it, all the fish who apparently all eat kelp don't have any food. It's not the most sensical plot we've ever had, but let's start clicking on things.
Hello, Freddy. I'm so worried about the kelp seeds.
I'll find your treasure chest, Grandma Grouper.
Good luck, Freddy.
Don't worry, Grandma Grouper.
We can see Grandma Grouper whenever we want. It doesn't particularly do anything, but it's something to do. We've got click points, just as usual, and lots of them. But what do you say we get started on our adventure? We've got a treasure chest to find.
Hi, Luther. What are you doing? I'm trying to swim a loop-de-loop. Ow! Hey, Freddy! Bet you can't swim a loop-de-loop. It's easy. Wow! Let me try again. Ow! Look, Luther, a bottle. And there's a note inside. It says to find Grandma Grouper's treasure chest, go to the volcano. I'm gonna be rich when I find that treasure. We need to find Grandma Grouper's treasure chest because that's where the kelp seeds are. If we don't find them soon, all the fish are going to die. I'll help you find them, Freddy.
They really just go all in. All the fish are going to die. In fact, that freaked me out so much as a kid that I paused the game. I don't know if you can do it in the Steam version, but back in like the original CD-ROM version, you could pause the game by pressing the space bar, and I paused the game so I could go to school because I was afraid that if I went to school and left the game running, the fish were all gonna die. We got a little bit unlucky with the first placement of that bottle. The bottle placements...
We found a purple sea urchin.
The bottle placements are random. There's, I want to say, 7 locations that you can get, and you're not going to get all of them in one playthrough, and they're also going to be random with the order that you get them in. The volcano requires quite a bit of extra work to get there. We're going to need to collect a bunch of purple sea urchins. You kind of don't want to get the volcano first, because you're going to have to retread some old ground. This was my favorite screen as a kid. I would sit here for ages and just click on all this stuff. Don't ask me why. This is the first Humongous Entertainment game I ever played. And it's not one of my favorites. The original Freddi Fish games are very dark.
Gabby, Mommy's coming. Uh-oh, I'm stuck.
Pull! 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 I'm giving it all I got, Captain! Ooh!
Sorry, Luther.
Don't mention it.
Gabby, my little guppy is stuck inside that cave, but I can't fit inside. Could you please find him?
Yes, Mrs. Halibut. We'll help Gabby.
Well, we've got a task to do.
My guppy. Could you please help my Gabby?
Yes, Mrs. Halibut. We'll help Gabby.
My guppy. Could you please
Alright, I guess
help
she doesn't
my
repeat.
Gabby?
Yes,
Starting
Mrs. Halibut.
in
We'll
this
help
game,
Gabby.
they're a bit better about having some extra dialogue if you talk to people again.
Freddy! Luther! I'm stuck under this rock! Please help me! Ah. I'm stuck. What are we going to do? Don't worry, Gabby. We just need to find a bigger board to pry the rock off your fin. Please help me. Ah. I'm still stuck. Don't worry, Gabby. We just need to find a bigger board to pry the rock off your fin.
But yeah, like I was saying, these games are on the darker side, and I don't mean thematically, I mean like the colors are dark.
What a beautiful shell!
A lot of people find these games to be relaxing. It's dark because we're at the bottom of the ocean.
Did you find my guppy?
Yes, Mrs. Halibut. Gabby's stuck, but is okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
But yeah, a lot of people really, really like this game. They like how dark it is. They like that it's kind of soothing. I prefer games with a bit of a brighter color palette, like the putt-putt games, for example.
It's a wooden board.
But yeah, this was my first ever Humongous Entertainment
We
game.
found another purple sea urchin.
I played it at a friend's house in kindergarten, and I could not get enough.
Fiddler Crab, what's wrong?
I would gladly give you my fishing pole if you could please get me out of this cage.
He is a fiddler crab, after all. You have to have a fiddle. And right over here is what got me hooked on this game as a kid. I got so hooked, I asked my mom for it, and she bought it for me.
We have 3 buckets of jellyfish.
I'll toss the jellyfish to the hungry animals, and you can keep track, Luther. On your mark, get set. It's feeding time.
This is a minigame. These turtles are going to come towards the screen, and you need to feed them with your jellyfish in order to make them go away. If a turtle makes it to the front of the screen,
You did great, Freddy.
they will eat a bucket
fed
of
them all.
jellyfish.
We can leave when the arrow flashes. That was fun, Freddy!
It sure was, but we'd better continue our search for Grandma Grouper's kelp seeds.
That can go for a very long time. I may do a bonus episode of the entire thing. I've been doing that with the mini games because typically if you reach like the top possible score, it does something funky with the scoreboard. And some of the mini games have a set number of levels. So if there isn't already a long play of that, I might do one, I might not.
This is the way to the old whalebone.
We'll just have to see. It depends on if I can have the patience to sit down and do it, frankly.
What a pretty pearl. Let's go get it.
But Freddy, how are we gonna get through the net to get the pearl?
Hi, Ray.
You can't get through the shrimp net unless you got the super duper duper booka poly gizmo. But you can't get the super duper duper booka poly gizmo unless you give me a clock.
Where are we gonna get a clock?
Look in the junkyard.
Alright, we've got another hint.
It's a key. I wonder what it will unlock.
I collect clocks. This super duper duper booka poly gizmo can open the net. I sure could use another clock.
And Ray?
You need the super duper duper booka poly gizmo like I need another clock.
Ray?
And I do need another clock.
Ray here is one of the first NPCs that actually has a lot of extra dialogue.
I heard there's a clock in the junkyard. I know how you can get through the shrimp net.
Quite a lot of extra dialogue.
If you get a clock, I'll trade you for my super duper duper booka poly gizmo. This super duper duper booka poly gizmo
Alright,
can
we're
open
looping now.
the net.
I would like to show off as much
The old
dialogue as I
whalebones are over
can.
here.
Sometimes I might talk over it by accident, but I'll try not to.
Look, Luther. It's a bone.
Figures we'd get a bone in the old whalebones. This screen freaked me out a little bit as a kid. Again, it's got a very dark color palette, it's bones. I wasn't super crazy about it. And this is not, like I said, this is not my favorite of the Humongous Entertainment games. But it is still a little bit on the primitive side. They get a lot better as they go. Freddi Fish is a lot of people's favorite Humongous Entertainment character. Freddi Fish was always my least favorite of the games. My favorite is still coming up. We haven't seen my favorite yet. But I think it's because the Freddi Fish games are meant for like a slightly younger demographic. And by the time I really got super into the games, I'd kind of outgrown it just a little bit. I don't have a ton of nostalgia for this one.
That glowing shell sure is bright.
I wish I could get some sleep, Freddy. But this shell, it glows all day. It glows all night. I wish I could trade it for a shell that doesn't glow.
Hi, Herman. You look sleepy.
I wish I could get some sleep, Freddy. But this shell, it glows all day. It glows all night. I wish I could trade it for a shell that doesn't glow. Then I could get some sleep.
Alright, well, we have something that Herman might like.
Herman, I brought you a new shell that doesn't glow.
Freddy, Freddy, Freddy! It's wonderful! Just a second.
That shell was not that big when we found it.
Here, Freddy. Maybe you can use this glowing shell.
Thank you, Herman.
Good night.
Luther, we should hurry up and find the kelp treasure.
Yes, we should. We've got the King's Castle.
Welcome to King Crab's Castle.
We found another purple sea urchin.
Unfortunately, even though there's nothing here for us right now, we did have to come here to look for the purple sea urchins. I don't know if there can be purple sea urchins inside the castle, but we're gonna have to look. This was always my favorite place when I was a kid. The castle. That would be George Washington.
King Crab.
Greetings, Freddy and Luther. You are most welcome in my castle.
Now, remember what this place looks like. For later. Oh, many rapid click points. Like I said, just remember what this place looks like.
Welcome to my kingdom, with all my shells and pearls. But what really makes it very grand are all the boys and girls.
And he speaks in rhyme.
It's so nice of you to visit me, Freddy and Luther. I do love when my citizens come to my castle. I do love my beautiful pearls.
Well, that's a little bit of a hint. We know where we can find another beautiful pearl.
I love all the citizens of my kingdom.
We love you too, King Crab.
Aww. Nice to know they have a benevolent monarch.
Why aren't you kids out playing with the other school fish?
We're on an important mission.
I see. It's so nice of you to visit me, Freddy and Luther. I do love when my citizens come to my castle.
You would think that telling the king about what's happening would be a good idea, but I guess they didn't think of that. We may have to come back to the castle later. I suspect we will, but, you know, it's all down to RNG.
We better not disturb Herman.
Alrighty, I do believe we are done with this side of the fork in the road, which works out because we have to go the other way to get to the volcano anyway. But I think we're going to do that next time. So thank you very much for watching this episode of It's All the Junior Adventures, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode where we continue to look for clues of where to find the kelp treasure. Bye-bye!